All right, let's see what Dogecoin is doing today. In our last video, we were talking about this falling wedge right here. I was watching this resistance and this resistance. It's actually not a perfect falling wedge because we also had this resistance back here. I was kind of looking at a similar pattern back here. If we adjust the line, something like that, where we were looking at this top and this top, I was looking at this falling wedge. We broke out right here, but kind of came back down and didn't really have the momentum and come back to this level that I was thinking at. I wasn't making videos at that time, but yeah. So now I'm looking. I changed the line to something like this, with this resistance and this resistance. And we broke that resistance right here going to the upside in a falling wedge pattern. Once we break that top line, then we could start targeting the previous resistances, something like that. This would be the first target, this would be the second one, and this would be the third one, depending on if we could keep the momentum going to the upside. The other thing that I was talking about is we had this little channel pattern right here. We have resistance, support, support, giving me a little channel pattern like that. And I was saying if we could break this top right here, then maybe we could target 0.1359, somewhere around there, or possibly this previous resistance like I was just talking about, maybe at 0.141, something like that, which also lines up with the Fibonacci retracement level, the 61% sitting at 0.1403. And if you guys have watched my videos before, when we have a big run up, we can use the Fibonacci retracement levels to we get the Fibonacci retracement tool. We drag from the bottom of the trend, from that big run up to the top of the run up, and then we get these levels that we can kind of keep an eye on. And I've been watching them. Okay, so we went up, and then when we come back down, we could buy them, and then we could sell them. We can buy and sell these levels. So when it goes down, we could buy it, and then we can sell at these levels as well. And basically, if we drag this Fibonacci chart out a little bit, let's go ahead and drag it to where we're at right now. What happened was we came down, hit the bottom of it at 8 cents, and then got a bounce. Then we were kind of going sideways in this channel pattern. And what happened yesterday is we broke out of that channel pattern going to the upside. And I was saying we could get started with targeting from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel, drag this to the breakout, something like that. And that gives us that first target of around, let's see, what was it? 0.13575 approximately. It looks like we're kind of heading that direction right now. We've got a nice little pump to the upside since I made that last video. Let's see how much percentage from the bottom of that to the top of that, about 10%, which is pretty good. The other thing I'm kind of looking at is the moving averages. So we have this 180 moving average, this orange line right here. And it looks like we're about to come into contact with that. I'm very curious if we're going to get rejected on this or if we're going to be able to break through it. I think if we break through it, that'll be a good sign. The next spot that I'd be looking at if we could break through this would be that target and that Fibonacci retracement level, this previous resistance right there, like I said, sitting at around 0.141 approximately, like I said in yesterday. So those are the kind of things that we're looking at. And then the other thing too is we have support. I'm also watching this uptrend like this. But if we also go into the, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We've also formed like another one. So we have, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can probably see better. We have support, something like that. Let's go ahead and draw another trend line, maybe something like this. If we break this trend line going to the downside, then maybe, we could still look at that other trend that we were watching, this second one, or the first one, should I say. We could still watch that and potentially still be going up, but this could also be a signal that the pump might be kind of cooling down if we break this one right here. The other good thing though too is if we look at the moving averages, this blue line right here, let's see, where are we on? We're on the 4-hour. Let's switch to the daily time frame. We're on top. Okay, sorry. We're on top of the daily 9 moving average since right here, which is a good sign. We've been getting support on it, support on it. As long as we are above this, or as long as we're above the moving averages, it's a good sign. If we're below it, like we are below the 180 moving average, it's not with the daily time frame, it's kind of I kind of look at it more than the 180, but if we break the 180, that'll be a good sign as well. That orange line, this is the 180, and this is the 9 moving average on the daily. So we broke the daily 9 moving average. We've been getting support on it, support on it, and then let's see if we can break that 180. Yeah, so that's kind of the things that I'm watching right now. The other thing I wanted to show you is, like I was saying, this falling wedge pattern isn't completely perfect. I mean, let's go ahead and drag this line a little bit different. Let's do it to the bodies, something like that. So if you notice, we're kind of skipping this area right here, or it's not making perfect contact. The other thing that I was thinking is if we drag from this point, that resistance, to this resistance, let's delete this one for right now. Because we know what a falling wedge is. It's not like we don't really target from the top to the bottom. It's more like once we break that top, then we could target the previous resistances. We have a falling wedge, and then we target the previous resistances. This kind of looks, if we drag, okay, so if we use this top, and then we use this bottom, it kind of looks like more of a channel pattern where it's kind of more symmetrical. We broke that going to the upside. It looks like we're getting a little bit of volume. What I was thinking is we could potentially be dragging from the bottom, or the top to the bottom to the top, whatever, of this pattern, and then we could drag this to the breakout, which could give us another target potentially. Let's check this out. So if we drag from there to there, then that takes us at about 0.14827. So so here's the next potential places that I'm looking at. That first little channel pattern right here, this first target sitting at around maybe 0.1358, and then we have that Fibonacci retracement level, which also lines up with this previous top right here, sitting at around 0.141, and then we also have this channel pattern, this falling channel, which could target us up to around around 0.148. And I think, like I said, if we could break the 180 moving average, and if we could break that Fibonacci retracement level, the next spot that I'd be kind of looking at as well is the next Fibonacci retracement level, sitting at around 0.157 approximately. Like I was saying, I like watching these Fibonacci retracement levels. If we break them, then I'll look to the next one for a target. And if we start getting resistance on there, then we can sell at that spot and then come back down and buy at the previous Fibonacci retracement. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And then, like the same thing, like I just said, I mean, we might not break this area going to the upside. We might get rejected and start coming down. So you could potentially sell, like this could potentially be a sell target, something like that, and then try to put up a buy limit order down here at around 0.116 again. We'll kind of see what happens though, and that's why we're also watching these trend lines, because this gives us an idea. As long as we're riding this trend, then it's potentially we could keep going higher. But once we break the trend, then we have to kind of see what happens. So like, let's say we break this trend right now, we go sideways into it. What we'd want to do then is look at the top, and we'd want to look at the bottom, and then once we're in that channel pattern or whatever, then if we break to the top, then we could potentially go higher. If we start breaking to the bottom, then that's an even bigger signal that we might be coming back to the Fibonacci retracement level or the previous support sitting at, let's see, we could be looking at this previous trend line that's moving up, something like that. So let's just hypothetically say we kind of start going sideways right now. If we break up, then potentially this one. If we break the bottom, then we could potentially be looking at the Fibonacci retracement level, which actually kind of, it could line up with that trend line and then get another bounce. Or we could be looking at this trend line right here for a potential bounce as well. So let's see what happens. I'm just kind of watching Dogecoin right now again, because like I said, we're in a big downtrend, and we finally started to like test it. I mean, like I said before too, we kind of broke out of it in this area. Let me go ahead and delete that other trend, the channel pattern that I was looking at. And now let's just focus on this falling wedge pattern. And like I was saying before, the first one that I was looking at is resistance, resistance, falling wedge pattern. We broke out of it, but completely got rejected at this Fibonacci retracement level, the 61%, sitting at around 141. We came up, hit that, got rejected. And that's another reason why I was saying I like watching these Fibonacci retracement levels to sell and then to buy on. If if we would have sold right here, bought right here, and then maybe even bought this one, then right now we're bouncing on that one again, or we broke through it, and now I think potentially we could go here. But yeah, let's see what happens in the next couple days, and I'll try to keep making videos for you guys. Let's see what else. Oh, but what I was saying is, since we had this downtrend and we kind of broke it, like we broke it once over here, and then we started going sideways right here. And like I was talking about in yesterday's video and how I was kind of just mentioning, we broke the downtrend. We drew the top and we drew the bottom. We were going sideways, and now we broke the top, which is a good sign right here. This was a good sign. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyways. But if we look at the smaller time frames, then that's how I'm kind of checking as well to see if we are going to keep this momentum going. Let's see if we could keep riding this uptrend, this smaller uptrend, or this steeper uptrend, should I say, than the one that we had the one that we have right here as well. So we're basically in two uptrends. We have this one right here, and then we have this one on the smaller time frame. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at on Dogecoin. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going to the upside and continue to keep pushing up. I'm kind of curious when the bull market, well, I guess, I don't know. The halving was this year, and I'm kind of curious how much more we have to go as far as being bullish, but we'll see. Like I said, I think this is a good sign that we're actually breaking the downtrend. Basically, what we're watching is on this channel, we're watching trends. We're watching the Fibonacci retracement chart. We're watching the moving averages, and we're paying attention to paying attention to those three indicators mostly. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys think it's going to go up, let me know in the comments. If you guys think it's going to go down, or what kind of targets you guys have, let me know what you guys have let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. All right, if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.